Good morning. It is Wednesday. It is Valentine's Day. I'm on my way to work. It's about 6:50. So, I'm heading out. Not sure what this video is going to be about, but I did want to say hello, and I hope you're all having a great day before I get started on my day. Today at work, I've got to look through some applications, and it'll probably be a busy day for me. Also, this weekend, I'm going to be going to visit my family, so possibly this video will be about that. Who knows where this video could go, but yeah, I just wanted to say good morning to everyone, and I hope you have a great day.
So go check this out if you never got a chance to. Glenn Howerton was awesome in this movie. Jay Baruchel was awesome. I've never thought those words would come out of my mouth, but they did. Check this movie out if you didn't get a chance to. Blackberry was great. I think it was the best of the tech startup story movies this year, which there were a lot of. Dawsonini bubble included.
Business biopics this year.
Yeah. The tech biopic.
Definitely the best of those. Definitely the best of those.
So yeah, that's my number 7, Blackberry. What about you, Brian?
Nice. Number 7 for me, one of the only big, crazy, blockbuster-y kind of tentpole movies that works for me, that performs. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 here. Could have been as high maybe as like 4. Actually, I had it I had it 4th until the last couple weeks when it was a great war movie, like a great war movie, and all of the emotional elements of it, the survivor's guilt with the main character, all that stuff, all and
good stuff. Good stuff. Richard, any you want to mention here before I hit my top 3?
Yeah, I've got my number 4. I think I need to do. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Number 4 for me is a movie that I saw a couple months ago. I don't know.
I just was cackling. I was laughing so hard at some of the stuff, and it seemed like no one else understood that it was a
I was in Phantom Thread, seriously. Me and Steven were laughing. There's some funny lines in Phantom Thread, and the whole thing is supposed to be weird and funny, and everyone's just sitting there they should be dressed as the character. It's like, no, you're supposed to be laughing at him. He's absurd.
Exactly. All the stuff with the mom and with the caretaker too. It's just super sweet and kind, and very
Jeffrey
very
Wright's so great. Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright's great. He's in the top 3 holdovers, Barbie.
Most surprising movie this year. I already mentioned it, but it was Blackberry. Without doubt. Most
surprised that I liked it as much as I did, and that's The Creator.
Yeah. I didn't think you would mention that one in the top of the year at all. You did. So,
did not. I don't even know if I knew it was coming out towards the beginning of the year. I don't usually watch a ton of content of Godzilla movie. This was quite surprising and well done.
My MVP of the year, I'm just from Paul Bowers this year. This is a person that was in multiple of my top 10 movies. So, that's the criteria I went on. So my MVP is Epic. forget. You can email us, feedback@filmspotting.net.
Would you like to help the show out? I know you'd like to help the show out. There are some easy ways to do that. If you're
on Letterboxd, but he did send his 4 favorites, and here, you know he's Team Adam because he actually has 8 films. He's got, you'll love this, you can't argue it, a pairing of Jacques Denis, Umbrellas of Cherbourg, and Young Girls of Roche Love and Portrait of Lady on Fire. Great taste, and it gets even better for Jerry. The movie credits with making him a cinephile is in my top 10 as far as films that made me a cinephile. John Sayles, Lone Star.
Jerry, welcome.
If you wanted to.
Theoretically, it's possible.
It's possible. FilmSpottingFamily.com. Well, it's not every week here that we review your favorite film of all time, Josh, but it's coming.
I can't wait. Is it my birthday? Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, I love this.
Early present, early best film, and ultimately, which film might end up winning, or should end up winning? Film Spotting Madness Best of the 50s, which is right around the corner.
Yeah, I think I actually brought that part of
to finish it because I think the filmmakers do a pretty incredible job of taking material that is heart-wrenching in a lot of ways. You see the damage that this distance, the distance between these daughters and their fathers who are incarcerated, and the fact that they honestly, in some cases, the daughters don't even remember the connection here, as you can imagine, and the movie Mind, in and of itself, is going to solve these real problems and some of these real chronically. So, can't wait to see it again. I'll stress that, see the whole thing. But both daughters in Port this year.
You know, your instinct on those previous two were...
They join a tour that goes to Holocaust sites. Apparently Eisenberg did base a lot of this off of his own life, at least in terms of the grandmother, the family history in Poland. Also about this real pain that the movie explores between these two men, these two cousins, real pain, especially in the way he constantly rubs Eisenberg's. If somehow the two of us were on a tour like this and had to spend and appreciating the nuances of Culkin's performance made it a very watchable film. The one I will say I'm still kind of wrestling with the resolution of the film a little bit.
I thought you were going to say how long would we make it if it was just the two of us on the trip. So I'm glad you didn't put that out there.
I think we could survive that just fine. I don't know if we could survive it with a character as high maintenance as Culkin's conversations that he had with other characters, and the way these characters and these conversations intersect with their own real lives, what they're kind of revealing, and we want to kind of know the interiority of that. Well, he can produce that. He can produce that digital moment.
Yeah, I gotta see that. I'm becoming increasingly fascinated by, the whole video game world, in particular this communal aspect you're talking about.
Yeah, I will just say, maybe it will come out this year and we'll get to talk about it and we can dig into this a little bit more. But one of, I suppose, the revelations for me, being online, chronically online, like most kids are, I have a couple of gamers in my house, but if you are one of those parents, if you're listening, provide for people who otherwise don't feel like they're able to engage in those. emails.
Ooh, maybe we should.
Josh, such as yourself. My friend, Dr. Martin Luther King. Really, do it justice. He basically won Domingo's Oscar nomination. And maybe that's where we should start talking a little bit about Domingo and He's playing here in the very good film Zola, where he plays a character named X. What did you think of him here in Rustin?
Actors, when you see his name in a cast, I'm immediately excited. And from what I can recall, have only ever been impressed by what he's done. Obviously, we have seen in flashbacks in the civil rights movement, he is a man who is going to protest, but non-violently. Philosophy is all about reducing that presence and not using it when the time comes. So I like
in terms of how we ultimately rate his performance. I do think that what you're expressing is accurate in terms of this movie having a certain artificiality, talking about things just seeming to come a little too easy. Like, I agree with that completely. I suppose where I differ is just in, I've talked about good dad folding laundry movies. I'm going to call this a prestige dad folding laundry movie. Like, it's a breezy watch, under 110 minutes, about an important topic, spotlighting an important American historical figure who I'll admit I had never heard of, especially at the beginning, the first 20, 30 minutes. There's a kinetic energy to the cutting, to the camera work, the cadence of the voices, and the line deliveries. I genuinely appreciate that.
So it gets really meta here. It's in this different space that, I presented this as being, in my experience of it, 3 different movies. That's almost, it almost is like the 4th one, where now we're like in the player sometimes.
Yes, exactly.
And I don't know. I'll put my cards on the table. Despite my complaints about how broad this movie got, I kind of...
The most obvious direct expression of the meta elements of the film. This is as a romantic comedy.
Yes, I
You know, where he shows up, he shows up with the wine, I think, at the door and tries to make amends to her, and we get the pull-back shot, bamboozled Hollywood shuffle territory, right? With the third ending, the one that'll... The trailer we know and all love now, at the length of a feature film. Argyle, with 2 L's and a Y, starring Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, Henry Cavill, Samuel L. Jackson, Dua Lipa, Catherine O'Hara, Bryan Cranston, Ariana DeBose. The names just keep on coming. Why aren't we reviewing the latest from Matthew Vaughn on next week's show, Josh?
Does this mean they'll stop showing the trailer now?
Maybe. Instead, we're gonna talk about Hitchcock. That's our response to Argyle's release. I'm sorry to all of those wonderful cast members. We're gonna go back and look at some other pretty great ensembles. It's 50s Hitchcock, sort of deathmatch, except we're gonna change the rules of the incinerator.
Oh.
Neither movie's going away. They both might go into the pantheon after this one. They're already there, or at least one of them is, but, we're just making it up as we go along here.
Executive decision. I didn't realize you had a key to the incinerator. My.
Yes, I do. So tune in for that next week, a Hitchcock double feature. And if you need to revisit these films, do your homework and come back and meet us here.
Which, we should point out, as Sam realized and told the 2 of us, currently this may change.
Feel old.
Please excuse me. Of course, I'm listening to a podcast in the background. At least YouTube won't get me for copyright on podcasts. Anyway, I wanted to let you know, of course, I clean up as I go along. I made quite a mess. Well, the floor is not too bad. But again, I clean up as I go along. This is the only dirty dishes I have. I cleaned up the stove and the casserole is cooking now. I'm going to let it cook for an hour and then I will take the top off and let it brown if it isn't when I check it. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that I always clean as I go, or right after I put that casserole into the oven. I was like, man, I gotta clean up in here. I gotta put things away. So this is my process. and I'm gonna let you see how this casserole turns out. Tuna casserole. Oh, also with the shrimp, that is gonna be added last because of course you don't want to cook shrimp for an hour, and it's basically gonna be on the top, and then when you eat it you can mix it in, or just, you know, get a spoonful and you'll have some shrimp on there. So that's only going to be added once the casserole is done, just to the top. Just going to season it up a little bit, and then once it cooks about 5 more minutes in the oven, everything will be done, and you can just take that shrimp and just eat it with your, put it into your plate, put it into a spoonful, put it on your plate, and there you go. So yeah, let's see how this turns out. You know, look, I just be improvising. I just be like, hey, I know this works. I know this works. Let's put these things together. So yeah, that's my way of cooking. Some things I follow recipes like directly, like to the T, to the letter. But that with baking I do that. But other dishes like this, I'm like, I made this once before with broccoli. I didn't have broccoli this time. I was gonna put mushrooms in it, but then I thought, okay, let's just keep it simple, and we can do the mushrooms another time. So I had the spinach instead of the broccoli. So yeah, we're gonna see how that comes out. And again, I'm talking too much, but man, it's something about when I get on YouTube and I'm around all of you and talking to you, I get really excited when I've had enough sleep. And even when I haven't, because yeah, I haven't had enough sleep, but we're not gonna let that stop us from doing anything that we want to do. We're just gonna go to bed earlier, perhaps. All right, enough. All right. So here's the update. I'm going to remove the top off of here, and we're gonna let this go back into the oven and brown and try to soak up some of the liquid, and then we'll come back and check on it. All right, I'm gonna listen to my instincts on this. I just checked the casserole and I feel like it's ready for the shrimp to be added. So I've already seasoned the shrimp, and I'm just gonna put that right on top and let it cook for another 5-10 minutes at the most. It's still gonna continue to cook after I take it out of the oven. So let's get this shrimp on there. Let's get the camera set up. Yeah, the Super Bowl was last night, and of course everybody's talking about Beyonce dropping her country songs, which I actually like both of the songs. 16 Carriages I really like a lot, but let's get this. You see how it's looking right now, if you can see. And I'm gonna have to go shut down this, have to go pause the TV because I don't want to get that copyright strike against me. Hold on. All right, we back at it. So, see how it's looking? It's very moist. I probably added too much milk, too much liquid, too much, shit, what is the other stuff that I added? Stock. Probably added too much of that, but it's okay. That's why I feel like I don't want it to be dry. You know, whenever somebody make macaroni and cheese, it's like, do not let it be dry. You know, of course you don't want it to be like dripping wet either, but let's go ahead and add this shrimp to it. I'm gonna bring this on out. Renee gonna get me because I ain't using these pot holders. This is renegade style filmmaking. Here we go. All right, let's get the shrimp that you just saw. So I'm just gonna put these right on top. Now, I ain't never seen nobody do this. So in my eyes, I am the first person doing this. And don't ask me what this accent is. I think I just got influenced by the Beyonce country video. So I'm just gonna finish out the rest of this video talking in my country voice. Which, actually, I am a country boy, so I don't really have to really put too much of a accent on it. Okay, I got the shrimp in there, and I'm actually gonna put a little bit of that juice right on in there with it. All right. Now, this is the part where I don't want to mess up. So this is gonna go back into the oven for, oh, hold on, let me get this camera right. This camera, back up, back up, back up. All right, oh shit. All right, okay. About to put this back in the oven, 5 minutes tops. Then I'm gonna come back and show you the end of the video at the rodeo. All right, I'm gonna turn this oven off and I'm gonna take the casserole out. And I'm gonna let you have a look at it. Okay, so this is my tuna casserole with an accompaniment of, if I'm saying that right, an accompaniment of shrimp. So yeah, we got some spinach in there. No mushroom, but there is cream of mushroom soup. I think next time I may put peas or carrots, but this is, oh, okay. I like to see if it like stuck on the side, because this is like a non-stick pan, but that's coming apart pretty easily. So that makes me feel good. And even though it's juicy, that liquid is gonna settle. And there's no way I would eat this now because that would burn the roof of my mouth. But I think in order to do this justice, I should taste it. So we're gonna give you one final shot of me plating this up and giving it a taste after it cools off. All right, we have come to the end of the tuna casserole journey. I already have my dinner, you saw. Had me a nice little sandwich from, I think it's called Submarine Subs. It was good. But now it's time to check out this tuna casserole I made. So I have to show you me getting into it, right? Let's see how I can do this. Okay, that's a little low. It's a little low, so let me see what I'm doing here. Let's get the angle right. Okay. Got a little bowl here. And we're going in. Just gonna get a corner. The bottom looks very crispy. I got at least one shrimp on there. So it's juicy. juicy, but not dry and not watery. So that's how I wanted it. Now, let me put the camera back the way that it was so you guys can get a live reaction from me. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right, that's pretty good right there. So let me show this to you. See the bottom of it, nice and crusty. Got a little piece of shrimp right there. And let's just go in and taste it. That crusty bottom, kind of hard to come loose, but we're gonna get it loose. And that's the bottom part right there. All right, here we go with a taste before my battery goes out. Let's get this shrimp in before the battery dies. Shrimp is not overcooked, which is good. Okay. There you have it. Tastes pretty good. I'm happy with it. Tuna casserole with an accompaniment of shrimp. Give it a try. Thank you for joining me. I'm Michael Meg Gill. You can call me Michael. You can call me Meg. You can even call me Gill. But just watch my videos, subscribe, like, and comment. Just do that, and yeah, we'll be fast friends. All right, thanks. See you.